Okay, guys, here we go. So it's Monday. I hope you guys had a good week. I got several of your messages on Friday from getting caught up on doing some different things and doing some extra credit. So that was awesome. All right, so we're back to graphing. Okay, on Thursday and Wednesday, we kind of touched back into graphing, and we're going to get back there again today. Okay, so if you have graph paper, get it out. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you, but you need to pay very, 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 very close attention to what I'm doing today. Okay. Rest of the week, we're going to have a review day tomorrow and a quiz on Wednesday. All right. And then Thursday, we'll move on to something different. Okay. So here's our objective for the day. I can write the equation from a graph. I can write an equation from a graph. Go ahead and get that down for me. Okay, so I'm going to move kind of fast because this should be a little bit of review for you today. It really shouldn't be too bad, but I know virtually this is such a hard thing to understand. And I'm sorry, I don't know how to make it any better, okay? But we're going to keep trying and trying and trying. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at it. So if I have this graph right here, right? If I go back to my equation that we worked with all of last week, we got two things that I need. The first thing I need is my slope. The second thing that I need is my y-intercept. Which is where it crosses the y-axis. Okay? So, first thing I need is my slope. The second thing I need is my y-intercept, which is where it crosses the y-axis. Okay, so let's start with it, guys. Here we go. So I'm going to go y equals. 99% of the time, it's y equals. Okay, now how do I find the slope? Remember, write this down with me, guys. The rise and the run. Write all of this down. That way you have it as your notes, as your reminder. Even if you don't have graph paper, if you can remember those two things, you ought to be able to find the answer to the equation of this line. So, y equals, okay, we're going to rise and run. Now remember, rise. Rise is up, which is positive, down, which is negative. Okay, so I'm going to make a triangle. You ready? Here we go. Watch. Here we go. Here's my point. I'm going to rise up to the level of that other dot. Okay, now run is right or left. And left is negative, just like a number line. Right is positive. So I went up. Now I'm going to go over to the level of that other dot. See how I make that triangle right there? I go straight up and straight over. Or straight down and straight over. No weird triangles, no funky stuff. Now I just count the boxes. Okay? How many boxes did I count up? I counted up one box. How many did I count over? 1, 2. So my rise is 1, my run is 2. Okay, then X comes next. Now, where does that blue line intersect the y-axis? What number? What number is this right here? That's 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be plus 3. Okay, so to recap, y equals rise 1, run 2. X plus, where does it cross? Crosses at 3. Okay, let's try the next one. Here we go. Got to go up a little bit more this time, but same idea, okay? I know it's going to be y equals. All right, let's rise and run. Let's count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See how I did those boxes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was my rise. Run now. I'm going to go straight up like I just did and straight over. How far did I just go over? We just went over one box, right? 6 over 1x. Okay, now I need the y-intercept. Where did it cross? What's that point right there? That point is at plus 2. And I can clean this up if I wanted to. 6 over 1x is just 6x plus 2. And there we go. Okay? Let's keep it going. All right, what about this one now? What about this one? Remember, I need my y equals my slope, x, plus my y-intercept. Slope, y-intercept, those are the two things that I need. Okay, let's do it to it. Here we go, let's rise and run. Rise, straight up, straight over. See that? Straight up, straight over. How far did I go up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How far am I going to go to the right? 1, 2, 3. Now, to get the y-intercept this time, let's take a look here. I don't have it down on my y-intercept exactly, but I can tell there's a point right there. So what is that point? That point's going to be -1. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Here, try this on your own. Number 5, try it on your own. We'll come back together and talk about that one. Pause the video, okay? Write me the equation, and we will go from there. Okay. Up until this point, what do all of my graphs have in common? Look, they're going up, they're going up, they're going up, they're going up, okay? All of these graphs are going up until we get to this number 6, 4 right here. Okay, but same idea, right? Y equals mx plus v. Same difference. Nothing changes yet. All right, so let's rise and run. I got y equals. Rise and run. Straight up, straight over. Count the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over. 1, 2, 3. But which way did I go? I went up 4. I went to the left 3, which means that 3 needs to become negative. Okay? Then comes x. Where's my y-intercept at? Right here. Where's that? 1, 2, positive 3. Okay, how are we feeling? Feeling okay? Let's hope so. Come on. Let's keep going. Okay. Another one that's going downhill. Here we go. Straight up, straight over. You ready? Straight up, straight over. Okay. Y equals. Let's find my slope. 1, 2, 3. Over. 1, 2. But I went to the left again. -2. Where does it cross at? Where does it cross? It crosses right here, right? What is that? -1, -2, -3, -4. And there we go. Okay? Couple more, guys. Couple more. We're almost done here. Here we go. Let's do it. All right. Actually, try this one on your own. Another one to try on your own. We'll come back and talk about this afterwards. Try on your own. Pause the video. Work it out. Okay, we got 2 special cases. We talked about these a couple weeks ago. All right, here's the one case. All right. Now, normally, every single time we do rise over run, right? So if I do rise over run here, y equals, okay, rise how many? 0. Run how many? 1. X, what's my y-intercept? Where does it cross? 1, 2, 3, 4. -4. But we talked about this way back when we talked about slope. What's the slope of this line? Is there any slant or is it flat ground? If it's flat ground, our slope is 0, which makes sense because 0 times x is just going to be 0. But when we go to write it, we really get rid of this altogether, and it's just y equals -4. If it's straight across, if it has no slope, it only has the y. The other thing, does it cross the y-axis? Does this line cross the x? Anywhere. Does it cross this line at all? No, it doesn't. So if it doesn't cross that line at all, don't put an x in it. Okay? And what about this one? Okay, try that one on your own. What should that equation be? All right. Second different type. All right. We talked about this slope as being, if it's straight up and down, it's undefined. Okay, it's an undefined slope. We can't define it because it's straight up and down. There's no rise and run. There's only rise, which means I can't figure out how much slant there is to it. So this one is the only time that we ever put this letter first. Remember last time I said, does this ever go through the x-axis? And the answer was no. does this one go through the y-axis? No, it just goes straight up and down. So the only thing we put is an x, and where does it cross? It crosses at -2. Okay, if it only goes through the x-axis like it does here, right? Here's my x-axis. It only goes through there. It doesn't go through the y, so don't put a y in my equation. Okay? All right, last one. Try it on your own. Okay, guys, we'll come back together. We'll talk about those 4, maybe do a couple more, and then you're going to try some on your own. All right? All right, guys, have a good day. Talk to you in a minute.